Boys, welcome back. We're into another wrap-up video, and fuck me, we're getting to the end of the season. With only 7 game weeks to go, we are almost at that end game. So if you've stopped playing, if you're one of the guys that are making minimal changes because you don't give a fuck anymore, then this is the time to get back on board. Because with only 7 weeks left, there's still some time to get yourself into positions to win those trophies. Now, there was a guy today, and I'm going to touch on, who has put himself into the comeback king category as one of the flying comebacks that I've ever seen. And fuck me, we're going to break it down because Jesus, it was a move. So let's get down to it, boys. Let's find out who won this week, who lost this week, what's coming up, and look ahead to the final parts of the season. So let's get right into it. So as I mentioned, fuck me, I have not seen a player move so rapidly up the table, down the table, and then back fucking up the table than this motherfucker. Tyler motherfucking Cole flew up 5 places. 5 of them in one fucking week. This boy has been doing fuck all for the last 6 to 8 weeks, gets 1 win, 80 fucking points when everybody else is hanging around that 50-60 mark, and just leapfrogs the fucking table. And I mean like leapfrogs everyone. His team, now I don't know, I cannot put my finger on whether or not it was pure dumb luck or pre-planning, but I'm going to go with pure dumb luck because he hasn't made a lot of changes recently. He wasn't gearing up for something. I'm just going to go with the guys that he had left in his team finally paid off. He finally got itself back together in a working formation, and shit me, he got a fucking good score. So let's break it down. Martinez in goals. I think 80% of us had Martinez and he was in goals, so it's a pretty 4 points. It's not amazing, but it's 4 points. Wan-Bissaka and Creswell blanking for him in the back line. Now Creswell obviously getting fucked over a bit at the end of that game, taking a 2-goal hit. Wan-Bissaka, same thing. Safe, like, to be honest, Spurs weren't great. Got that 1 goal, fucked everybody's clean sheets up, especially mine as well. Gundogan and Bale also blanking for him. Now Bale's the one that hurt the most because this is where I believe he's not playing the game, because he had his captain on De Bruyne on the bench and his vice on Bale. Nobody would put their vice on Bale or their captain on De Bruyne at the moment. You would be Iniacho or Lacazette or Lingard. Lingard, for example, is just a safe choice. Or in this game week would have been Kane. So I'm just going to go, we had pure dumb luck. But fuck, when we break down the players that scored for him, it's amazing. Dallas with 17 points. Holding 8 points. Pepe 6. Lingard 14. And then the 2 up top of Iniacho and Lacazette on 13 apiece. Jesus Christ. What a team. What a week. And what a fucking win. And Jesus, he's now gone flying up that table. And he's pushing back into the top 6, boys. Can you believe it? It's monumental. It's like if Liverpool make the top 4 right now. This is the same fucking level of comeback. Alright? So Jesus, well done. Good game week, Tyler. Can you back it up with another week? Are you going to play the remainder of the season? Or is this just a dumb luck? You're going to let this team sit and just hope for the best? So I want to see you play, man. I want to see you get back in the top 6 where you belong, where you started. So let's see you put in a bit more effort, a bit more thought. Or if you did play fucking thought into this, well, well done. I'm not giving you enough props. So fucking well done on your win. Then up next is a guy that has been playing the game. He's been playing it so fucking well in the last few weeks as well. Back-to-back solid fucking weeks, man. Back-to-back second places. 67 last week, 68 this week, and we are talking about none other than the B-grade captain. Fantastic, misses penalties every time he takes them. Whip it. 68 points, man. Good solid week. Obviously you had an 8-point hit because of your transfers that you brought in, but it was a solid fucking week, man. Solid week. 2 for let's start here. If we break down the team, there's a lot of like missed chances or missed players, but the key point was you had the guys that mattered most. You had Lingard and you had Lacazette, and you captained him. Brilliant. Excellent. I captain Kane, you captain Lacazette. Brilliant. You made a good choice. the thing that sets you apart is you had two other guys that pulled in some decent fucking points. Son, 7, and Watkins, 8. With even Sufal getting 4, it gives you a decent start there. But everybody else pretty much blanking for you. Wan-Bissaka, Konza, Neto, Jota, Kane, all of them wasting time. All of them blanking. So, yeah, bad luck on the rest of it. The thing that's gonna annoy you most is having Dallas on that bench and not getting that auto sub. So, as I said, boys, playing with your subs is very important. Granted, nobody saw fucking Dallas killing Man City like that. Nobody. So I'm not gonna hold it against you for having him third space on your bench, but Jesus, that hurts. Having 17 points sitting there staring you in the face. So maybe going forward, look at your bench a little bit more in depth. Maybe scatter it, a little bit better. I don't know. But solid week, backed it up, back-to-back weeks. Well fucking done. Now let's move on to the losers for the round. Now, on to the losers, and it feels like I've been talking about these two fucking numpties for the last 6 weeks on alternative rotation. I'm just going to call them the shit Bash Brothers, because they aren't playing. Well, honestly, they're not there anymore. They're gone. They've checked out. And if they haven't checked out, well, fuck me, they should check out because they're doing terrible. But last place, we're talking about Corey. 26 points. Not a fucking saving grace in this team. The only thing that got you any fucking points was Souček and Son. And again, dumb fucking luck. I'm not even going to sit on it for long. I'm just going to basically touch on it. As I said, don't be the guy that ends up as the disappointment of the year. Alright, play the last 7 weeks. Make a fucking simple transfer. I'm going to give you 3 guys at the end of this video. Just skip to the end and fucking click on it and bring them in. Just do it. I don't care how many points of deductions it takes. It's going to get you more points. Alright? So just do that. And if not, prepare to get the trophy at the end of the season. And second to bottom is the other Bash brother himself, the left-handed side, and that is Brett. Slightly better than the other one. 27 points. Same fucking concept. He ain't playing, and if he is playing, he shouldn't be playing, because fuck me, if he's playing, this was terrible. Kane up front, captain for 4 points. Corey captain Fernandez for 4 points. The same fucking thing. Everybody blanked. 2 and 1. The only guy that got you any points was Leno in goals. Dumb fucking luck. So same thing as Corey. Don't be the disappointments, because I'll fucking put you together. I don't even care. I'll make it the Bash Brother disappointments of the season extraordinaire if I have to. So, go on, man. Just jump in there, make a sub or two, right? Fuck me, alright? So let's break down the winners for the round, and fuck, there were some big ones. There were the big winners themselves. Tyler with 80 points, followed by Whippet with 68. Dallas, if you hadn't managed to have him in your team, he was the player of the round, and that is pretty much the difference between Aiden and Tyler this week. Now, I don't know if God was shining on you, Tyler, and it was fucking dumb luck, or if it was actually you being a genius like you were at the beginning of the season. Whichever way it was, it worked the fuck out. Brilliant fucking round. And followed by the losers themselves. I'm gonna fucking Photoshop a photo, I tell you, right underneath this losers little template here. And where Fernandez is, I'm just gonna put a picture of the Bash Brothers with Corey and Brett's faces imposed on them. I swear to God. It's exactly what I'm gonna do. Save me a lot of time. So yeah, those two, bottom of the table for the week. It's 26 and 27 points apart. Combine those points and they still probably finish bottom of the table. So well done, boys. So let's break down the table for the week. And shit, it's getting tight at the top. I need to pull my game together, boys. 1915 is what I'm on to Whippet's 1909. That gap is fucking shrinking. Really don't want to fucking slip it up. So I'm going to have to make some big moves. I'm going to have to make some key changes this week. So let's see if I can pull it off. The other guys that are closing the gap too on each other was Matt and Sean, both on equal points now, 1849. Who's going to get third spot, boys? I don't know. It's going to be a close one. Mark making a bit of a slip up, stepping away from those guys. So it looks like Mark and Blake are going to be fighting it out for 5th and 6th spot. So 1817 for Mark and 1805 for Blake. Blake has been amazing. This back end of the season has pulled it together, and to see him manage to get into the top 4 would be fucking, oh my god, that would be the best thing ever. So let's see it, Blake. I want to see you do that. Tyler making the biggest fucking comeback of them all. jumping from barely in the mid-table to basically the top of the fucking mid-table, pushing 40 odd points to get into the top 6. That is your goal, man. You got 7 game weeks. Get yourself into the top fucking 6. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. But again, Tyler, Andrew, Jamie, all of you guys are stacked right on each other. 1759, 1756, 1752. So those three are going to flip-flop around for the next few weeks. Let's see who can come out on top at the end. And then you got Jack and Morgan, who are also fucking tight on 1729 with Brett on 1709. Now how the fuck is Brett on 1709 when he barely plays and always ends up in the bottom 3? Fuck guys, figure it out, because you can't get beaten by Brett, I swear to God. Then you hit the bottom 5 and you got Reese, who's kind of died off in the last few weeks. Where's that fire gone, that magic gone, man? Bring it back, do something crazy again, do whatever it is you were doing 6 to 8 weeks ago. Do it again. I want to see you bounce in, because you're close, man. You're only 20 odd points out of that fucking mid-table, so let's see you get in there. Then Sam is the next on the ladder, managed to finally pull away from that bottom 3. You're no longer flirting with the bottom guys. You now managed to solidify yourself in there. Let's see if you can chase down Reese, man. Let's see if you can pull out a fucking wild card out of your ass and pull a massive week. And then you've got your bottom 3, and those 3 aren't moving, aren't playing, it doesn't look like, I would assume, with Jake on 1612, Corey on 1561, and then Luke on 1545. Luke, come on, man. I don't want to see you finish bottom. I don't want you to be the shit stain of the season. Come on, man. Let's do it. Let's get you out of there. So that's the wrap up for the table for the week, boys. Now the final part, and probably the most important part for this video. The upcoming fixtures and 3 players that I'm going to tell you to bring into your team that are going to score some fucking points, alright? So last week I said to bring in Jota, Lacazette and Nat Phillips. Jota didn't get anything, Nat Phillips didn't get anything, but Lacazette was on the money. Alright, so if you listen to it, you bought in one of those 3 or you bought in all 3 of them, you would have fucking cleaned up, alright? This week, I'm bringing in some guys that are pretty pivotal to some people's teams, alright? Now, I'm not going to mention Lingard. I'm going to say, Lingard, if you haven't got him in your fucking team, you should have him in your team. If you haven't got Kane in your team, you should have him in your team. Double game week for Spurs this week, boys. You need some Spurs players in there, alright? So if you've got some overhanged Man City players, get them out. Replace them with Kane. Simple, straight swap. You get Kane, you get Lingard. If you've got both of those guys, then these are the guys to go for next, alright? Now, it's hard to go past Iniacho, alright? He's been on fire. Other than Lingard, he is the most on fire guy in the league. And this week, what do they got? West Brom United. No, sorry, Albion. Fuck me. I know it's a tough one, West Brom. You know, they haven't been terrible lately. But maybe, like we just seen, Leicester banging 2 goals in a losing 3-2 game. Maybe that shit happens again. Maybe it's a 2-2. Maybe it's a 3-2 or some dumb, stupid scoreline that happens. Maybe West Brom do us all a favour and fucking take 3 points from them. And it's like 3-1 or 3-2. But you could put your money on it that Iniacho is going to be involved in whatever the fuck happens. So if you're needing a striker to go alongside Kane and you don't have Lacazette, or you don't want to get him, or you want to change it up, or you want to triple up in your striker department, Iniacho is your guy. Next up is another guy for the Spurs team that you should be looking to get in. This double game week, if you were one of those guys that sat on Son when everybody was selling him, well done, because he's turning it around, he's coming back. And this game week will prove that, alright? A lot of people are going to bring him in because it's a double game week. A lot of people are going to be on him. So if he scores some big points, which, to be honest, when you're playing, what do they got? Fucking Everton and Southampton, there's some goals to be had there, alright? So if he gets on the score sheet, you can bet your bottom dollar Kane's going to be involved, Son's going to be involved, alright? So that's another guy you should be looking to get in. And then the final one is Jared Bowen from West Ham. Now, everybody is going to be on Lingard, but with no striker in their team at the moment, with Antonio being down injured, Bowen is the guy that's going to be in that team and helping out. So if you want a bit of a differential, if you want a guy that's going to be playing a few minutes, he might come off, he might only get 70 odd minutes, but he's going to be involved in some capacity. And the form that West Ham are on at the moment, and coming up against the Newcastle team, and granted the Newcastle are doing quite well at the moment, he could be a guy that's a bit of a differential to set you apart from those big hitters that everybody's going to be sitting on. So, if you've made it to this part of the video, just bring in one of those 3 guys, alright? That's all I say. One of those 3 will get you some points and change it, especially if you're one of those guys that's not playing anymore or paying a lot of attention to the teams, alright? So, let's get into it and see who comes out on top for game week 32. And that's it, boys. Another wrap-up video done. I'm going to be trying to squeeze out a video highlighting a few other players that people should be looking to bring in that aren't the obvious choices and aren't these 3 guys. So, keep your eyes open for that. But if you like the video, give us a like, alright? If you just got here and you don't give a fuck, skip to the end, watch who you should be bringing in. You know, subscribe if you haven't already. Just click on it, let it have a play of a view. And boys, I will be seeing you all in the next wrap-up video.